Here's a pizza that I made earlier, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do it. So, we're going to make the pizza dough. All we need is water and your bag of, which has flour, yeast and salt in it. So we're going to put 170 millilitres of water into a bowl. A clean bowl if you were starting from scratch. I've made one already. And I'm going to pour everything. I'm going to leave a tablespoon or so of flour in the bottom of the bag to use so that if my dough starts sticking, I've got a bit of flour to play with. So leave a bit of flour in the bottom. I'm just going to, with my clean hands, just dive in and mix it all up. It's going to stick to your hands, but eventually it'll come away. And a spoon doesn't really work. So you've got to be quite firm with it. And I'm getting my fingers in to really mix the flour with the water. It's turning into like glue. So every so often you have to pull it off your hands. You can use the bottom of the palm of your hand. You can use like a clenched fist and start sort of kneading it and trying to get all that flour up from the bottom of the bowl so that you've got a nice smooth ball of dough. So now I'm actually pressing it down either with my knuckles or the bottom of my hand, round and round, until it feels nice and smooth. If it feels really dry, like it's not coming together like that, you just need a splash more water, but just a splash. If you put too much water in, it'll get really sticky and you won't be able to do anything with that either. So I'm going to take it out of the bowl and knead it on the table because it's a bit easier. Now I can use both hands like this. If it sticks, a bit of that flour that you saved, you've got to be happy getting quite messy. So I'm just pushing it down really hard against the table, turning it round, doing it again, round and round. You can sort of do it in whatever way you like. It doesn't really matter. Till it's like a nice, soft, pretty smooth ball, like this. So you can, now you've got to leave it to prove. So we're going to put it back in the bowl, maybe a bit of flour at the bottom so it doesn't stick, back in there, a bit of flour on top. And then just cover it with a tea towel and put it somewhere warm. And it'll probably be an hour or so. We want it to double in size, so just keep checking it every 20 minutes or so. And when it's doubled in size, we're ready for the next stage. So after your dough has about doubled in size, maybe it'll take about an hour. This took about an hour. It'll look like this. We'll take it out. And you could roll this into one big pizza, but I'm going to cut it into 4. You could just cut it with a knife or use this scraper. It's a bit easier to roll smaller bits. If it sticks to your work surface, just throw a bit of flour down. Get your rolling pin. And roll it into a pizza shape. So now you've got your dough rolled out into a rough circle, about this thick. You should be able to hold it a bit like this. And we've put our oven on as hot as it'll go, and I'm going to put it on a tray, put some toppings on, and whack it in the oven. So you can put some paper on your baking paper on your tray if you have it, or a little bit of flour again, just so it doesn't stick. And then put whatever you like on. I'm going to put a bit of tomato sauce on the bottom. Just spread it around. You don't need as much as you think. Leave a bit of crust if you like, a bit of crust. And then I've just got a bit of salami that I'm going to put on. You could put vegetables, you could put ham and pineapple, and then I'm just putting grated cheddar on top. If you've got any mozzarella, that's nice. Whatever you can find in the fridge. Now it's ready to go in the oven.